Hi, this is John Hilbrands with Hilbrands Carpet Care. Today I'm going to talk about putting in tack strip against tile. And one of the things you want to do is keep that hammer from sliding into the tile and accidentally putting a chip in it. In fact, there was a chip in this man's tile. I don't know, from the original installation or maybe the flood company. But anyway, so it's good to point those things out before I started, which I did. But let's talk a little bit about putting in tack strip. So first off, a flood company often takes off tack strip when they did the flood. Sometimes they take off more than they need, maybe to make the job look bigger for the adjuster. Maybe it's out of concern. Generally, if it's dry, you leave it alone. If it's wet, you sometimes leave it, and certainly if it's dark, you take it out. Or starting to get brittle. So they removed basically the entire room. There's a little bit left in this room, but not much. So let's talk about installing. Now, concrete, as it gets older, it gets harder. So when it's brand new, the first 5 years or so, nails just go in like you're hammering into wood. But when it gets older, in the 20s and 30s, it's very brittle, and it wants to basically do this kind of stuff. Now, when you pull out old tack strip, all the divots, you have to be careful when you put the new nails in, you don't put them in the same divots. But it's more than that. It's not just that you've blistered all the concrete, or all the concrete's blistered, but also some of it is, in fact, the hardness. So that's why you want to leave the tack strip alone if you can. It's very hard to get in other words. So to protect the tile, we're going to use an offset tool, which is one of these things. We're going to also, I found that I'm having trouble getting these nails in, so I switched to using a thicker gauge. So this is 10 gauge 1/2 inch and 10 gauge 5/8 inch. Primarily I'm using the 1/2 inch, but occasionally I'll use the 5/8 if it's goes in and it's still a bit soft. Now, an offset tool is magnetic, and you can basically line it up like that. Let's actually set up the camera so you can watch me work. So basically we're going to take the tool and use the old hole. Make sure it's flat. Put my little, so this is just a piece of cardboard that's going to keep the tool from nicking, going that direction. I'm going to put on hearing protection, because when you're using the tool, it's pretty loud. So you may hear me talking weird. I'm going to tap until it feels like it's touching concrete, and then a drive, and then a second drive, and in this case, a third drive. Okay? It's nice and countersunk, and that's basically it. And let's watch another one. Oh dear. So the nice thing about the tool is if I did that to a nail where I hit off to a side, it would drive it weird, but because it's always going straight down, even a sideways hit like that will still not mess up the nail. Let's do a third one. Sketch it a little bit further over. Okay. Okay. So that's basically it about how you drive these nails in against a tiled edge. You protect at the edge, you get a nice solid hit. And that's it for this video of Hilbrands Carpet Care. I hope this helps you if you're going to try and install that tile, that tack strip along a tiled edge in an old blistered concrete. Thank you. Bye-bye.